When you look at Horizon Resources, sometimes people think it's just that Cenex gas station down in the south side of Williston, and it is, but it's also much bigger than that. At the end of the day, I go back to those farmers driving around in 27, 28 to start forming this co-op. The fortitude those people showed, it's unreal.
I give them a lot of credit. When you have that in the back of your mind, what people did in the past for sacrificing, it makes you accountable. It makes you understand that every single board member is at risk in agriculture.
Back in the day, Williams County was full of people that were willing to start cooperatives. I think when I started in '78, it was, I believe, 700,000 total sales. Now we're at $500 million, so pretty amazing. My name is Dennis Strumme, and I've been with Horizon Resources for 45 years.
I'm Jeff Wagner. I've been President and CEO of Horizon Resources since October of 1989.
My name is Wagner Harmon. I'm currently the chairman of Horizon Resources. My family's fortunate that we have both of our homesteads from my grandparents in our family. My great-grandfather Harp was one of the beginning members of Farmers Union Oil. I saw his certificate showing he paid his $25. That's important to me.
Farmers Union Oil of Williston. You look at the heritage of that company and what fundamentals and foundations it's formed that are still active, that are still here in Williston. We're parts of Farmers Union Oil, Prairie State, Northwest Grain.
Farmers Union Oil was basically energy and Prairie States was grain. Putting it together made for a stronger co-op, which has really proven itself today. We always wanted to try and involve our patrons and educate them. We started to have grower meetings, and we hired an agronomist that did field scouting. That was something that nobody else had. That was a good program that people took advantage of.
My dad was on the board for 9 years with Dennis. There was a turning point when Jeff came on. In that time frame, with that merger, we have become a well-balanced co-op. I think there's very few co-ops like ours in the United States.
When I first moved here, the company was a little over 3 million. Outstanding employees. I mean, we've got employees that have recently retired that date way back to that period. It's really neat how we kind of are intertwined. We're kind of there for everyone. It's about perseverance, doing the right thing, and continuing to be active and involved in that environment.
As far as the challenges, I climbed off the combine and the tractor many times and shut it down and came to a meeting because something had to be done. I remember some board meetings went till 2 o'clock in the morning. You've got to pick your priorities. I was in attendance and was taking care of business.
When we make a decision, it's an informed decision. We're here to do what's right for our member owners.
We see a lot of merging requests. We see co-ops failing, and we've always tried to protect the true co-op philosophy. In a large co-op world like CHS, we're doing things right if we're helping a co-op that size to that degree. But in return, we want them to be able to get us the membership patronage so we can disperse it to our members.
Everybody is equal in the co-op, and as a patron, you get 1 vote.
Most co-ops that tell a very similar story. The easy part is getting the vote done. After that, the real work starts.
While I was on the State Farmers Union Board, we went a lot of times, twice a year, and lobbied for farm policy. I've probably been to Washington, D.C. 25 times. If it's good for the co-op, it should be good for the patrons. And we've always tried to make our decisions based on that. We're all in this together. And so the more that we can be involved in other aspects of the community, not just in the co-op, ties it all together. It makes for a community that survives.
In the past, we've seen sponsorship from different things, whether it's a basketball team or helping 4-H.
We've sold them the fertilizer, we've done the soil testing. We've hauled propane to heat their houses so they can sit and do their planning and strategizing. We've done crop consulting for them. We've hauled energy out so their tractors move. It's a neat feeling to have every day. I'm very blessed to be part of this company and to be able to see how far-reaching we really are. If our growers are successful, we're going to be successful. We just have to provide the services that they require, that they need.
We're all farmers and ranchers. When we go home, we implement the same philosophy that we do as a board. As a co-op, we can't stop growing. If you become stagnant, something's going to happen. When you look at the decline of co-ops as they were for years and years, I think that's where we dig in harder with our heels and we try to educate the youth. You don't necessarily say, this is what I'm going to accomplish. You learn to accept a challenge and say, you know what, I am going to commit. If I'm to give a recommendation for any kind of next generation, I would say don't be afraid to step up. If you don't step up, we won't be here in the future.
I'm on towards the end of my career, and I just want to see a company that's thriving, that continues to thrive, that has a bright future. I want to be able to look back and say, yeah, you know, I was part of that once. Look what they've done.
To have a 6th generation operation, and we're going to be celebrating 100 years with Horizon, that's pretty amazing. It takes a lot of hardship to get to where you are today.
We've had good leadership, and anytime you can add more value to the cooperative, you add more value to the patron. Horizon Resources has done just that. We should be celebrating our past. It's been an amazing ride.